Microsoft Excel for pr2. Chapter 11. The objectives. After completing this lesson, you will be able to use Excel's format cells command to control the layout and appearance of changing the font, color, size, alignment, changing cell colors and or pattern, formatting text and numbers, adding borders, formatting sheet, columns and rows. The Format Cells menu has choices such as number formats, alignment, font, borders, patterns, and shading, and protection cells. You must know that every cell has a border, content, and pattern. You must select cell or cells before format them. To merge and center cells, select cells and choose format cells in the shortcut menu or check box merge cells in alignment tab. To apply this in Microsoft Excel, firstly you must select your table or your cells to make your format. Right click after selection. After the selection, right click from this shortcut menu, select format cells. This window appears. Format cells contains numbers, alignment, font, border, fill, and protection. If you want to change the alignment of the text, we can change the angle for any degree from here or from here. You can increase from here or decrease. If you want to measure cells, check this box. Like this. We can make these cells as one cells. Select a group of cells. After then, right click, format cells. From alignment, click on this box, merge cells, to make this check mark to merge cells. The cell or the group of cells became one cell. You can make the text in the center from center icon from toolbar. Right click, format cells, and again select merge cells. Okay. Now we can change the font from font tab, from font and font style, font size, font color. Maybe bold and italic, or italic only. The size, (28), and you can change the color of the font from here. Okay. You can make a border for this table by selecting it firstly. After that, right click on Format Cells. After that, select border from Format Cells window. You can select Line Style and press on Outline. After that, select another style and press on Inside Icon. You can delete any of this border like this. By clicking it. There is the border appears now in your table. You can fill the background with color. Choose the color from here, background color, more color if you want. And you can make fill effect from here. You can use two color and select the two color from here. And shading styles, you can select any one from them. This is the result of changing from Format Cells. Now let us watch this video.
Hello everyone, this is Rick, and today I'm going to share with you a basic introduction to conditional formatting. So what I've done here is I've pre-populated a spreadsheet with 100 students, and I've randomly placed in test scores. They have 4 tests, test 1, test 2, test 3, and the final. And then their final grade is calculated based on these percentage weights for the test. So you can see the final scores are all over the map as far as the final score goes. So what I'm going to do is apply conditional formatting to these final grades. So how I do that is I highlight all of the cells that I want to apply conditional formatting to. So in this case, I've highlighted from student number 1 all the way down to student 100 in this final grade column. And if you get into conditional formatting options, you click on the Home tab, Home button there, and click over here on the right on conditional formatting. So once you get there, there's several options. For example, if you wanted to highlight the top 10% of the student grade for the class, you go in here and choose under top/bottom rules and say top 10%. And you'll notice that it even gives you an option here to adjust it, right? So we're going to leave it at 10%. And then there's several options here to how you want to do the setting. We're just going to leave it, and we'll go ahead and change the color there. And we will say OK. Now you'll notice that several cells are highlighted. There should be 10 of them. Because what we've done there is we've highlighted the top 10%, of the grades in the class. Okay, I'm going to undo that and now show you a few other options. Another example is you can go in and say, show me all the students with an A in the class. So you can highlight the cells rules here, choose greater than, and then everyone with an 89.5 or higher, we will say, has an A on the course. And then we'll change this color again over here. Choose this one. Again, multiple options here. You can do custom, you can fill it in with whatever you want to. But we'll go ahead and just leave it like that, and we'll say OK. So here what it did is it highlighted everyone in the class with an A. Of course, you can take a quick scan there. You can see that they're all typically in the 90s. Unless there's an 89 point something highlighted. We're going to undo that. And let's see what other options we have. So you can do data bars, color scales, things of that nature. The bottom 10%, everybody above the average. So several options. These are just pre-built ones in here. This is just an introductory lesson today on the conditional formatting. And as we move forward, I'll be getting much more in depth into different formats. Anyway, so what else can we do here? Data bars is one you might use more in a work environment. But what that does, if you were trying to show numbers to someone, to make them to look, for a presentation or something like that, this might be beneficial. But you'll notice the data bars go over the darker highlights, extend more, use up more of the cell, the higher the number. So what it does, it corresponds to the number of the cell. So if you were using financial figures or something like that, that might be a little bit more useful than this. But anyways, that was it for today. I just want to share with you the basics and what conditional formatting is. And again, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and we will have many more tutorials coming up. Thanks.
Now we will use many average count functions. To use many function, you must begin with the equal sign. After that, write the function bracket and write the cell name (9n) until K9. Enter. This is the smaller number of this degree. You can copy the function many by selecting it and move the mouse pointer into the corner of the cell to change for this shape and press and drag. This is applying the function menu to all of the cells. After that, we want to use average. Start with equal sign. Write average and bracket. After that, from M10, M9 into K9. Enter. This is the average of these marks. February, March, April, May. You can copy this formula or this function by pressing the cell and move the mouse to the corner. After that, press and drag. Count, equal sign, count, bracket, 9, N9 to K9, bracket and press enter. The count function count the number of cells. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can copy this function by the same way. You can copy the format by select firstly the cells you want to copy the format from it and press format enter, and you can format enter and press the cell you want to copy to it. And the count. You can delete this row, this column, and make these cells one cell by selecting merge cells. You can set a background for your worksheet. From page layout, select background, select the image you want and press insert. And you can delete this from the same icon. Now let's watch this video.
School Freeware's Excel 2007 tutorials. Tutorial 4, Calculations, Functions, and Formulas, Part 2 of 2. And so let's go take a look at some other functions. Within this Excel spreadsheet, we need to find the total, average, median, maximum, and minimum of each quarter and each salesperson. So we'll start here with total for the quarters. So I'll go to the sigma, which is the auto sum. Make sure that the computer has the cell correctly. Enter amend and autofill over. Same thing goes with the rows. I'll just hit the sigma. Make sure the computer has selected the right cells. Enter and autofill down. For average, we'll find that under the down arrow next to sigma, and I'll click on average. Here the computer has highlighted the total in addition to the cells that I wish, so I'll override by just highlighting the right cells, enter them in, and autofill over. For average, do the same thing with the rows, down arrow, override because total is parked, enter them in, and autofill down. For median, we may not find median within the down arrow next to the sigma, so I'll go to more functions, type in what I'm looking for, median. Median shows up and gives me a description of what median does. So I'll click OK. And here comes the function arguments. So therefore we have one number being 10, which is not correct. So I'll highlight the cells I wish. Click OK. And autofill over. Do the same thing for the rows of salespeople. So I'll go to more functions. And here we have median already selected because this is the most recently used function. So this uses again. Click OK. Minimize. And here I'll have to scroll back over to select the cells that I want. Maximize. And click OK. Autofill. And I'm all set. On over here, I'll do the maximum and the minimum because I'm going to have to use a split screen, or else I'm going to have to scroll between the cells that I want to select and the function area. So this uses split screen, and I'll scroll over. Now with maximum, I'll go to a different location, which will take me to the same place. Here's insert function located on the formula bar, so I'll click on insert function, type in maximum. And here it comes up with the max. It says, returns largest number in a database, which is not what I want. Try this one. Okay, I want max. Click on OK. Minimize, because this is in the way, and highlight the cells that I wish. Click OK, and autofill down. For minimum, I'll do the same thing here. Click on insert function, type in minimum. Select the right function, click OK, minimize the dialog box, highlight the cells, maximize the dialog box, click OK, and autofill down. For quarter one, what I'm going to do is just type it in manually because it could be quicker, equal max. Computer helps me out by showing me the function there. And I'll just put B3 through B8. Enter, and autofill over. And do the same thing with min. You see that sometimes typing it is much quicker than searching through the computer for the function. So B3 through B8. And I'll go ahead and autofill over. get rid of the split screen. Before the conversion sheet is created, I would like to go over two more functions. One is the power function, and the other is the square root. So I'll go back to the original sheet, which we're using as a testing area for functions and calculations, and I'll go into insert function. And I don't think I've mentioned this before, but you can also select functions via category. It's a good idea for you to take a look at some of the functions, especially if you're into finances or mathematics or statistics, that Excel has to offer, because you'll find many functions within Excel that you may want to use within your work or school environments. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at square root. And I believe the square root is located within Math and Trig, so I'll scroll down and see if something pops up that looks like it would be for the square root. So I have here SQRT, and it says it returns the square root. So I'll just click on OK. Here we have a number. I'll just put in square root of 2. The computer already calculates for me. Click OK, and there's the answer. So if I want to change this function a little bit, instead of having the square root of 2, the square root of A1. Click on A1, and now I have the square root of A1. Yeah, playing around. Have the square root of B1, 6, of course. And if I want to make a little calculation within the function, I could have, say, B1 plus A1. The next function will be the power function, which deals with exponents. So even if I didn't know what the name of the power function was, I can just put an exponent. And here I get a function called power. It says returns the number raised to a power, which is what I want. So here I can just put in 5 to the power of 3. Click OK, and get my answer. If I wanted to do it a different way, I can just click on power, since I just recently used it. Click OK. Select the cell. I'll do 18 to the power of 8. Click OK, and then get my answer. Okay, with that done, let's go take a look at creating the conversion table. So I'll click on Office button, New, select Blank Workbook, click on Create, and while I'm at it, I'll just adjust Zoom, create a header for decimal, octal, hexadecimal, and binary. 1 and 2 within decimal, and autofill down when we get to 15. For octal, click on Insert Function, type in octal, and up comes decimal to octal function. We'll just click on OK. Select the number or cell, and the places I believe is optional. We'll just click on cell A2, click on OK, and autofill down. Next, for hexadecimal, once again, insert function. Let's type in hex search. I see decimal to hex, click on OK. Select the cell, OK, and autofill down. Finally, for binary, once again, let's put a bin for binary. We have hex to bin, that's not right. Maybe we'll just do DEC. There's decimal to binary, okay. Select the cell, and autofill down. Now that we have that done, let's go ahead with some formatting. Let's click on Select All. I'll change the alignment to align text right. I'll select the 4 columns. Change the width. Try 170 to start off. I'll go ahead and change the view to page layout. And here, $170 looks pretty good. I'll change the rows to a height of 58. Looks pretty good, and I'm going to have to do something about the font. So So I'm going to change the font size to font size 28. That looks a whole lot better. I'll highlight the first row. Put a little splash of color in there. Maybe a border. And then for the rest, I'll just highlight. And put a little color in there for them. Zoom out to take a look at how it looks. And there is the conversion table.
Font, you can change font format, font style, font size, font color. Select the range of cells, select format cells from shortcut menu. Choose font tab, then select font, font style, font size and color. You can make this table in your Excel program, your contacts, write the name, telephone, home telephone, mobile, email for your friends. You can set pattern from selecting a range of cells, select format cells, from shortcut menu choose pattern, then pattern tab, then select the color. All columns in worksheet have a default width. All rows in worksheet have a default height. The format cells option has many choices. Its number, formats, alignment, font, border, pattern and shading, and protection cells. Every cell has a border, content and pattern. Understanding a formula basics. Formula are what make a spreadsheet so useful. You use formulas in your Excel spreadsheet to calculate results from the data stored in the worksheet. When data change, those formulas produce updated results. To add a formula to a worksheet, you enter it into a cell. You can delete, move, copy formulas just like any other item of data. If you change any of these degree, the result will be updated. Maybe change this for 29 and press enter key. When you change the English degree into 30 and press enter, formula update the result. If you want to change the text in Microsoft Excel, press the cell and press in F2 from the keyboard. You can delete any mistakes and press enter key. Now, see this exercise. Number 1, you must know that every cell has a border, pattern, and content and pattern. The right will be right. The answer will be right. You mustn't select the cell before format it. The answer will be wrong. You must select the cell before format it. You can change time format. You can change time format from format cells. From shortcut menu, select time. The answer will be right. You can't change font format, font style, font size, font color. The answer will be wrong. You can't add border to cell from format cells. Wrong. You can add border. You can set pattern to cells from format cells. Choose pattern, then pattern tab, then select color. Right. Every cell hasn't a border, content, and pattern. Wrong. Formulas aren't what make the spreadsheet so useful. Wrong. Every cell hasn't a border, content, and pattern. Wrong. Formulas aren't what make the spreadsheet so useful. Wrong. This is your assignment. Finally, the lesson comes to an end. Hope that you've understood it all. Thank you.